already jumping into the action here, Tom. And very quickly, it looks like Big want to take that fight towards Bathroom, having already secured the site pretty much.
You know, it's a good first kill when it comes in with 3 assists alongside it. Zipan will at least be able to trade, but it's gone firmly into the favor of Big for now. Zipan looking to try and get in on the retake. I imagine these colors are backwards, right? Because I'm now looking at this going, red doesn't match red and green doesn't match green, so either that or I've lost my mind.
Yeah, of course, Big on that attack side, looking to take all that space. And at this point, FPX are going to have a tough time really fighting their way back into this. Looks like it's all but concluded, and the pistol's going to go in favor of that attack side, unless Sugetsu's got a big play up his sleeve, and you can see those shots not landing at first. Now the time's just going to be way too far gone. Nicely opened up. The Bulldog being one of the more valuable weapons they have, but obviously he wants to have that control over Hookah to fight on the site. Sadly, he won't be gaining it this time, and the rest of the players actually just Xiao cleaning it all up. He's got 4 in this round.
Information will be granted, but mainly the space through Hookah that they need to be a little bit more worried about. Twiston looking to try and get a bit more aggressive, and you've seen the rotation already come through, but because they still have this control, Artist, all he really needs to do is just make sure no one can cut him from behind, and that flash was just sick. So he gets to easy couple of kills, and now the remaining players are literally stuck within that Hookah spot, in with a crossfire. Shouldn't be able to get anything, but Twiston still does, bitch. He's dead, but... Oh, Hassan already finding one. Here comes that showstopper. Almost too easy. How's Twiston winning these battles?
Ridiculous.
Like, it's the second one that doesn't make sense every time.
There's just no way he should be able to get away with that. At least he'll be punished eventually. I love that setup. The Gravwell on long means you either have to fight the entire team on long or get killed by the guy coming out of Hookah. It completely sections off that player, pushing through the smoke here. Big mistake. And with Angel falling, there is no chance for this round. FPX are going to go and save, and that gives Big a third. Speakers outside B, in case this was an A fake, confirming that the players are actually outside A, and now Viper util back up to try and stop these guys from pushing on through. Sorry, no, it's just gone down. Oh, okay, so the timing's worked out decently well, and they've picked off Zipan. Still getting to that site with 20 seconds left. It's going to be tough. The Gravwell slows them. Another kill on the cross. Time now starting to be a big old issue. It's time to get that planted, but God B swings into heavy traffic with a...
Because they have the information of where the players are, so yeah, it was well played. How's he hit the last round shot and then Twiston's just owned him this time?
Yeah, I'm not... Ooh, that's a nice nade and Gravwell. Xiao had no chance. And caught up in it. Angel wanted to get aggressive and pull the advantage back into their favor. It's not going to work out, and Zipan's down. Revealed in the open and dealt with all too easily. The rotates come in quickly to the B site. Now, on both sides, though, because Artis is here as well, but he's just a little bit late to catch them crossing the site.
Spike
Okay. It was the lighter side of the map, but I see that Artis is making his way to A as well.
Yeah, information claimed by Zipan, and... Twist... What? It looked like it went through him. Did he jump over a showstopper? Is that what I've just witnessed? It doesn't matter. He died anyway, but that might be the most techie way to dodge a showstopper. It seems like almost like a Fast and Furious movie where it's just like something's come flying and he just gone, whoa, and it's like there is no way you could have reacted that fast.
Cool guys don't look at explosions, right? Well, there you go, Guppies. Close. They're even going to then just drone this out and spot it early on.
Oh, nice aggression from Xiao, though. He switched his spot on the map. Oh, it's perfect from God, though. He didn't even have the support for someone else to beat, and he goes through and gets Angel as well. The IGL leading the charge in this round. And after what was an incredible start, in fact, from Xiao, it's still going to be an afterplant once again.
Big have certainly secured that, and even Elbow as well. Twiston not looking to stop that push. Until it's that 3v2, FPX have to get themselves out of this choke point. They're worried about that flank coming around from Elbow. And all the while, Big are just making their way towards long, nice and slowly. They've got everything that they want to work with on this time. The control, well, they do have an Astra Star as well. Insult to injury, really. So they're going to be able to Gravwell them off this. And even another for a stun. Yeah, I think this one might be done. Well, they used the stun first. Interesting.
I guess they just knew that they had Twiston in spot, so if anybody was defusing, they'd be completely stunned. And then if that doesn't work and he spots that someone's defusing, can pull them back off the spike. It is.
But one more round here for FPX will help them out. It'll even the playing field moving into the next, and the likelihood still in question. Angel making things a little bit easier, but somehow on that wide swing, Twiston still managed to get a kill onto the back of side. I think it was a jump peek. Just ridiculous. That's where he killed the player, right in front of Artis.
Well, maybe a little bit of luck that
trades 1-to-1 in their favor. Jumping out of hookah not going to be great for Angel, and his teammates need to make it out long if he's to even do that. Otherwise, he's just going to be mowed down on the way. One kill might not be enough, and you see that FPX are still going to stall this out. Wait for Big to make a move.
And they are. Aslan has already pushed all the way around the back. It's something that Angel's definitely considered. It's whether or not he'll catch him on the way through, and he's not looking. It should be for free. Oh, the classic could be unkind. And Aslan's going to get nothing for it. That might just be the turning point, but the remaining players are so desperately low. If Casper can find either of them, there's a chance, but Xiao just waiting in the corner. It's left all onto Obnox. The patience of FPX, something we've known for an eternity under Angel's leadership, has paid dividends in this round and leaves a 1v3.
Obnox has at least 2 players very low on HP, but it has to be duels that he takes them down in, not having any damage dealing utility. And now he's quite low himself. They'll have that Angel fake. He rotates around, and well, then he used to play his entry Brimstone, right? But we're not going to see Zipan alive for the late stage. He got picked off in through hookah, and the rotates are coming in. But on the A site, we've still got Twiston in position. And he's so aggressive as well, but he's giving away his spot. Bobby's known to be pushing through the TP, but he's dropped the spike. Oh, everything's going Big's way in these duels. The rifles winning out, the positioning fantastic, and now the time too far gone for Angel to have any chance.
Yeah, he might be able to at least get a kill onto Casper, but that'll be all. Just probably looking to try and save the weapon into the next round. Not really any benefit other than just the cost.
That's kind of tapered out towards the end of his career, right? Or towards this stage of his career. He's at a point where he's still able to put up those numbers. It's so nice to see him take that confidence route, something that Angel used to spearhead himself, the entry fragging, IGL, Smoker. Double kill for FPX. They've got control, but God B storms into the site. That was through Viper utility and everything.
Yeah. They've actually still brought this back, though. Gonna have a little bit of extra damage done, but not anything to really write home about. And
they put the util in the
information at least where 1 or 2 of these players are. Twiston looking to try and clear the site still, and the elbow control could become a bit of an issue. Trying to clear both of these angles at once is going to be fairly difficult, but instead they actually use the Viper util to try and force him out of the corner. Artis, though, will land the shot anyway. And now Aslan on 70 HP has to try and clutch versus 2. The first will go his way, but the blast pack forcing him. It got a little dicey.
God B goes, oh, they've got B, and they put a Viper orb, I'll run through it. And then Angel is like, oh, some of them have pistols, and there's a Viper's pit, I'm in. I'm running through mid.
Oh, he's managed to catch one right at the end as well. It was looking like a pretty decent spot for FPX, but now the remaining 2 have to try and turn the tide. They will have a rotation, but look how quick God B is, and he's spotted ahead of Zipan as well. Both players knowing where the other is, but he only has a pistol. It's a classic. He literally has brought nothing into this round, and by the looks of it, he's going to get hit with a showstopper, but it's for a trade.
They're doing that on the defense by just sitting still and waiting for their opponents to start pushing forward. This time, FPX wait for the Viper util to cycle, but the snake bites are still there, helping out on the hold on long. Then one goes down to stop the mid push. I mean, again, FPX are running perfectly into Big's utility. The defense couldn't ask for a better situation. Maybe they could if Aslan wasn't stuck in this corner, because now he's in trouble, but he deals with Artis.
Yeah, and it's left onto Xiao. Again, the time is his main enemy here. Well, other than the 3 players currently waiting with the spike right in front of him, but I don't see a way that he comes out of this round with any level of success, and Obnox is there to close it out.
Flying for FPX now.
Yeah, no, it's a weapon upgrade. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Soigetsu actually goes back to try and retrieve the other gun. God B will be there with information that they're pushing in towards the site, and he has a crossfire with Caspe, who is not going to be checked for. And he's actually trying to fight back into this, giving away into the round, but with God B still here, they need to clear him. And there is support looking to try and round the corner. Fact is, though, God B is the only one standing.
Oh, FPX did so well in this round, but it comes down to Artis. He's had a tough game so far, and with a Bulldog, I'm not feeling a whole lot better about his chances. That shock dart, it's basically heat-seeking him. 60 HP now to make this clutch happen. Guppy's not much healthier, but he has the element of surprise. As he creeps around through elbow, he's going to have this cross covered. Artis looking to catch him pushing out through spawn. Will his spidey senses tingle? No.
Oh my god.
He's got his back turned. Gobby executes Sova Diff to close this one out. And Big Diff with 13-7, commanding a dominant lead over this defensive side.
Leaving the stars a little later just to almost try and call in that bait that was going in onto the other side of the map, and they will actually know that at least for now there is no one within the site. Zipan's going to catch the pushing from Twiston as well. However, the spike has been dropped out in the open. This gives a little bit of an opportunity for Big to fight this one back. The swing from God B, he's still just going ham. It's left onto him once again in the clutch situation. He's heard the reload, and of course the just hit Xiao once. That's almost impressive. There was the whole team there.
Yep, everybody managed to avoid it. And the player that had been tagged by the drone was safely away by the, I think, second pulse. Fragment's going to stop the push here. Good delay by Big, but there's 40 seconds left. Plenty of time for FPX, but it's about getting these players ready to push back out. Flash from Twiston doesn't have anybody pushing with it. And now he's on the side alone, but getting away with it. He'll barely make it around the corner. Getting tagged by a bullet on his way, but he swings back into heavy traffic, taking down Artis, keeping the advantages in their favor, but the res can come through. Zipan was being picked back up.
Oh, and he's going to dodge Big suppressed as well, so we'll keep the knives. Chow. Okay. See him forcing off, and he's going to try and play within the nanoswarm. It doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, and we're just hoping that he can turn the tide in his favor. Instead, God B's gone down, and the rest of the team look to execute.
That's a big problem for them to deal with now. A lockdown from FPX called into effect. A lot of players ready to execute on the back of this.
30
and
seconds
look,
left.
for a second like we might have had Twiston pushing up into heaven a little deeper, but I think maybe if he had a fragment still, he might have tried to stop them pushing out on long, but that wasn't there to play with. And now the flash out of heaven that doesn't connect. The blade storm taken away from Aslan for the next couple of seconds. That's going to cause some major problems now. Delaying this retake that little bit more, adding precious few extra seconds onto that clock. Twiston does a damn good job of picking the kill up and then ulting to stop any further execution from coming through. Control FPX. The turrets ran away. It's escaped the spray, but Twiston does not escape the Hunter's Fury. One returned on the other side, I think. Did I just hear that? Yeah. We're going to have a fight on back site that leaves Aslan in the dirt. Obnox is practically no HP. And Gabi is, well, he's locked out of this one. Still sat on A long. That is peculiar, I'll say. They dealt with the end of that round very, very cleanly. It looks like you're going to get that lockdown usage. Does it? Does it? Moving towards long now. I thought maybe she would be the one pushing into short, but I'll maybe save this again. Looks like they're going for control over the site in a much more traditional way, and they've seized that control very, very effectively.
I think this is a lockdown because the other players fell out of that site very easily. Like Goppy's just almost trying to whittle away at some of the players. They're spamming utility to try and slow down the plant as much as humanly possible. They were prepared for this. They just wanted to try and see if they could find anything early on. Now we're actually going to see the Cosmic Divide. I quite like this idea. Just try and lock them out of the site, not give them information, and there you go. Over the top comes the frag, and that's enough to destroy it. They were ready and prepared for that lineup, and now this becomes very difficult for the defenders to get back in. Obnox, he's still fighting, doing what he can, but Angel is so ready with that trade. And
once that suppression is gone, yeah, you see the Sugetsu moves into position, pops down that lockdown. Big are going to hold on here for a moment. Goppy is suppressed, so no shock darts to come through. Nothing that, I mean, he hasn't got any, but he couldn't do anything about it.
30 seconds left.
Oh, I think it's the fragment again.
It is, yeah.
It seems like everybody's just using the fragment at this point as lockdown denial. They will, however, know that there should be at least 2 players here, but there's only 20 seconds left. They've tried to bait this rotation out. Goppy's gone nowhere. He's still just sat in this corner, and Xiao's walking with his knife out. It's free, and now the remaining players can look to try and rotate back in. FPX might have just misplayed this completely as Goppy again. But it seems like the call has been made to go back. And actually, Zipan's going to get one through the wall. Not a bad start, but the rest of the players are still looking to make that push in towards the side. Zipan sticking around, will come out with a second. He does well. The other player has fallen back, and they'll be able to play the retake with a man advantage.
Now the plan for Big with low HP on Aslan and Gob B with player disadvantage as well. It doesn't necessarily put the round into their favor. Gravwell about to make Gob B that little bit easier to kill, but Aslan somehow gets away with a lot. The 1 kill, Gob B, 14 HP though, won't be doing very much. Obnox, he's wall banging while running, and now got another bolt through the wall. Looks like Sagetsu's at least avoided getting hit by that knife, but he has been spotted. The drone flying overhead. They've got a star down, and well, the stuns come through on both sides, but a little bit late from the defense. The kill had already happened. Angel is going to be dealt with as well. They're coming in, funneling one at a time onto the site. FPX weren't winning the duels, but Zipan does manage to drop the spike and make this round a little bit more winnable. With Twistin being low, it might have something.
It's going to be tough, though, in this sort of after-plant scenario. I think they're going to need Xiao to do quite a bit
site clear
with his utility.
I mean, they fully cleared the site because they put down the knife. Then you've got a recon to guarantee. You've got a fragment for left side. They still have shock darts to play with, at least one here. And then they know that the cubby is clear. All they've got to do is play the long angles, but, you know, that's the hard part. They were really hoping someone played a little bit more aggressive. Xiao! Big are going to start to close in on this A side. 3 players currently here. How much information will that drone get? Nothing more than they already knew. A Hunter's Fury will be activated to try and pursue. It gets Artis. Xiao is down, and wow, this is a good push so far. They at least know that Angel's stuck in this corner and should be able to isolate those duels, but with Obnox going down, this becomes very dangerous indeed. They've just allowed Angel to walk out, making it back over to the site and waiting to take this peek onto Caspa, who's dealt with right away. A big blow for FPX with Gob B left alone. This man has been clutched so far and already got a triple kill, fading away to A long. As he finally makes his way towards the seaside, you can see Gob B has snuck his way all the way down into the cubby. He's going to run the clock, and that plant is actually really nicely angled for him. A recon to play with, but I mean, there's nothing to block vision for Sagetsu. He's a killjoy, and the alarm bot's already been used. Time to tap that and wait for a peek, and Gob B is just way too quick. Just has to aim. He's one of the best players in the world, man. This guy's nuts, and we saw it dominating EU for so long back in the day. Sagetsu only able to find the one here. Now under a lot of pressure. The operator only has 1 shot left, and he won't even fire it. Zipan comes to save the day, though. A Hunter's Fury landed onto Caspa, and Big might just have ran out of luck. Twistin is the last man alive, tucked in on this site. No spike possession. And at this point, with 18 HP and being revealed, yeah, that's how he thought it was going. 4 chances now for FPX. Wait, what did I do?
You said 25 is 35.
Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, a lot of trouble here as Big push into the site and just get torn to shreds in the initial duels. Maybe a chance. Twistin, though, is having to be revived. And with Gob B swinging out into the final players, it was a foregone conclusion, really. Even though he did shock dart Artis, 13-8 to close this map out. FPX are taking us to map number 3. And look at the rotates for Big. Obnox is making his way onto the B site. They're going to be stacked up here. FPX running out into it. And Angel had to take up that orb, go for the peek. There's the recon, and there's the peek after, but Twistin's a little bit too quick, securing the site almost instantly. Big, they've won this round.
Yeah, and a solid start from Twistin as well. It was something mentioned by the desk that his move... Still 2 players within the site. The information is going to be huge coming out from Obnox. Knows that there's at least somebody up top taking that control, and with Godby on the other side, they'll have a decent idea. They're going to clear the first player. Obnox, the flash is good. He's just delaying. He's buying time, trying to allow for the rotation to come through, and he's done a decent job of it, but it will still be an after plan. The main worry at this stage, though, is going to be the aggressor of Soigetsu.
Now, if he's able to find himself an off angle on these players, honestly, I should expect him to having control to go to their opponents, but they have so much to deal with as they push out and so little to deal with it with. Got beat, caught on the judge. Aslan's down, and Soigetsu's got them all.
I think they can no longer clear with the drone. He's actually going to get aggressive. Didn't expect the player to have crossed. Maybe a little bit much as the solo defender, although the rotation from Casper is in fast, and with nobody really backing up Zipan. This is a fantastic hold. We're just seeing multi-frag after multi-frag in this match so far, and well, Ardis got a lot still to do and no utility to do it with.
Well, shock darts already expanded, and
so awful.
4 players ready. Sneak up through mid as a Brimstone, get into a position, drop his smokes down, and then start to play. But now he's playing Viper. He needs to be with his team on A to effectively get those smokes down, which means he can't play that lurk role. Got B down below on 1 HP, and he'll be dealt with as well. There's still some players on the site. Every single one gets spotted and dealt with immediately. Plant secured. FPX have the round. Beautifully sold fake to start things out. Great lurk out of Zipan, and now a very tough clutch for Aslan and Twistin.
Yeah, they do have the finances to take a bit of a risk here. The Godby's been saving money on judges every single time, and they might just want to try and remove some of that economy from FPX from the last couple of rounds. They're still very wary of some sort of flank, and normally you'd be a bit worried playing in those corners, especially if you're up against a Raze or even, for example, Astra's utility just being used to pull players out. Because it's a Jet and a Cypher, they can just sit back and play this Crossfire, and it is filthy without those abilities to clear it out. So an easy hold. Twistin is still going to go looking for those exits, but Xiao is waiting. And on the other side of things, it seems like Aslan is just going to save.
Yeah, just not worth. Very peculiar ultimate. Full heaven control now to play with from FPX. An interesting adaptation. Oh, an Angel's been ruined. They had a trap wire there, as if they were ready for it. Maybe not for the ult, but for the player to come through. 3v3 in the end, and look who's stuck on the site. Casp about to be spotted, and now he's in trouble. They might look to isolate him on the site. Ardis has been deleted at least, but here comes that showstopper hunting them down. They get on out, and there's a slow orb to guarantee that rocket will not find any target. Without it landing its mark, FPX have a man disadvantage, but time on their side, Tom. And they just need to run this clock down. If Soigetsu gets out of here... Oh, he's actually under heaven as well. Aslan checks it inside the cloudburst. He's surviving for now, and he'll right-click him out of the map.
Isolated Jules, and versus these pistols, that leaves an opportunity, but Casper gets the right timing on the peak. Might actually be a kill coming through, but it's not going to be anything more. FPX finding a double and leaving just 3 players standing, one of them within the site, and Zipan just goes huge. Ardis from behind as well, and it's left onto Aslan, a 1v4 turn 3, a tough clutch.
Yeah, indeed, a very tough task ahead of Aslan. And towards the vents, they don't know that there's this many players about to peek them. They certainly suspect there's some combat coming. Lots of damage taken, flash in, and oh, Casper takes his time on that one. He ends up Gravwelling himself. And he'll make it away. Getting the reload off before falling to Xiao's bullets. Big with the disadvantage. Everybody coming in through spawn. No heaven control. And now fighting against the blind as well. The timing for Twistin. Luckily, Ardis is there to trade.
I'm probably a little bit confused, but it won't matter in the end. Soigetsu.
This is so risky. They have no control of mid. They could easily have FPX walk through vents, come behind them on A, and ruin their day. Instead, they gamble to the B side, and FPX are running right into it.
Yeah, almost playing off what happened prior. It's going to be a swing out from Twist, and he actually gets away with that, and we'll find the information. And now with the remaining players looking to be on cleanup, but Xiao has managed to find a trade. They have the site under their control. It definitely looks like a retake setup, and what Ardis is just trying to deny as long as possible, hoping to be handed an individual jewel. Well, there it is. Xiao takes the head clean off of Aslan, leaving just 2 players remaining. One of them looking to try and make some space for the other, and Godby's going to land the shot again. It's all onto Xiao, and with the res coming through, he might even just swing off of this, but instead Xiao has the chance to take both. He's wary of the flank coming through, and eventually Aslan will land a crucial operator shot, because, well, it was looking like Xiao had that, if I'm honest.
It definitely was. Angel's got shields to play with as well.
The spike is here.
Gonna try actually get this one through. Bear in mind how low Zipan currently is, but he had the extra nade to just throw through to deny them that little bit longer. Still got players watching in towards B main as well, knowing that this hasn't been stolen away. The worry is that Zipan's the one taking the peek, but he was just looking for the information. They end up getting both, and then Casper takes off the head of Xiao.
Side itself. Move into the right. There's the flash. There's the peek. Yes, they're running the right lane. You don't normally see this from teams, and Zipan didn't expect it either. The ult is destroyed, taken out of the round, but they still need to deal with Sagetsu. They know that he plays this site. They know he put that cage down just a moment ago, activated it, and now they'll deal with him on the back of the site. Very well handled by Big, and now they end up in a 3 versus 2 with Casper getting healed on up.
They do have to be careful. Incredibly low HP on Obnox. Almost seems like it's going to end up as a 2 versus 2, and well, he's still going to manage getting a kill. It's left onto Angel. It's a little bit tight, and he's aware that there could be a potential wraparound. Obnox is just selling this as a fake. He's trying to bait Angel in while his IGL looks to try and wrap back around, but Angel is aware of it. He gets the timing spot on, and now into a 1v1 with basically 1 HP on the other side. It could not have been better played by Angel, and he will have himself this defuse. Oh, it's a pace change though, and well, Xiao is going to meet his maker seconds into the round. Spike dropped, but more importantly, they've managed to even things up, and actually Ardis is just going to throw in the Hunter's Fury, give them the advantage. Aslan has gone so far, but again, he will fall.
Okay, well played by Twistin to at least grab one. But now they know where he is, so they're going to pick the pace up towards the side a little bit. Leave Casper by himself, but he does manage to sneak out towards main. A Gravwell there to play with, dragging anybody off the site. We've seen the second star used for stun earlier on to great value. FPX are trying to mitigate that entirely by making a play towards main. And they're... Oh, this is smart. You're still going to have to deal with that Astra utility. They're going to just tap it right now, make them spam, and as they do, return fire. This needs to be diffused here and now, and that it will be. Hold on. Is the time too long? It's close.
He's got it.
He's going to get it.
But actually, they might just thread the needle here. Angel's gone wrapping around, and I imagine Godby's probably a little bit confused right now because the site's completely clear.
Well, this might not be the blessing they think it is, though. I was going to say it means they'll be playing together. In fact, FPX do the exact opposite. This could not be any more separate. 3 players coming from 3 separate angles. But will Big expect that? It was necessary to send Angel down to break the wall, create an extra angle for them to worry about. Now B main getting pushed up as well. But look at the positions they're in. These are ratty little spots from Big. They should be able to at least find the one, and Gobi steps up again. One more needed, and he knows exactly where Twistin is. Time on his side, but he can't just sit in the corner and let himself be pushed. He'll get out on the wider angle, but Sugetsu catches him. Defuse for FPX. Scoreline tied up, and this is a...
Yeah, Kakuka won't stop going on about that. Obviously it's Zeshed. Obviously it's Zeshed.
Wouldn't be Zeshed. This is a nice little gap there for Xiao to spray through. He's taking a lot of risks, and well, they paid off somewhat. Artis wasn't even aiming at him, crouching, running, spraying, and he catches a kill onto the low HP player of Obnox. Aslan low himself. Casper's one of the main hopes for this round, and well, hope is quickly fading from the attacking side. Now they're shifting towards that side of the map through vents, but now they're coming down through sewers, and well, this is going to be a bit of an awkward fight. Not expecting it at all. Big, they've ran into another player in mid, and they don't know Zipban's here as well. He's able to get them all. 3 up close. Damage done to Obnox from the snake bite, and although the Seekers are chasing Twistin down below, he's got good timing, great space, and there's not a double. Angel is going to be dropped in the end, leaving Sugetsu to do it all. Rotating in from the A site. They know he was here earlier on. And so that's going to give Obnox the confidence to just straight up plant it. But Sagetsu's getting here, swinging in from heaven. That's the plan. Stopped for now. And that's it. Great repositioning. Great read by Sagetsu. And 12 for FPX.
3 seconds on the clock. Still have that lurk on one side of the map. And the sneak through with a hell of a lot of utility. And, well, the timing's been missed. Angel didn't expect them to be that far up. He's got Zipan alongside him, but he doesn't get a kill either. The showstopper does damage, but again, the heals come through.
Aslan just needs to sit there and wait for that health to be regenerated, but the nade forces him out of position. A good frag for Zipan, but it's the first for the side of FPX. Still so much to play with here for Big, and Kaspa's got a great angle. Low HP on Zipan, dealt with right away too. The site is now theirs, and FPX have a tough retake ahead of them. They need a big play, and Artis has to do it all. Not a chance.
Complete change-up, though. God be. I feel like he's been watching some TikToks. He's trying to find a little lineup with his wall.
Yeah, right away there, Shock Dart managed to get rid of the trap wire cover in the back, and even in the grab well, Twiston's able to win that duel. Moving a little bit further forward, dodging all the spams. This is about as good as it could go for Big. They've got the site, they've got the man advantage, and the post plants, I mean, it's up to them. They can go wherever they want. Although Angel's quick to come back and fight for ramp control, and he's going to lock that player out, maybe hoping there's more than one back there. But sadly, it's only the one, so this isn't going to be all too easy for the rest of the team.
That is a surprising Viper's Pit. Like, because it basically means that he has to sit back as well and ends up just walking in. It achieves very little, and Twiston just...
Hey, your Vents player plays mid with you, easy peasy. They decided to use it there on the retake. Now, this is a much harder round for FPX. With weaker weapons, Xiao isn't able to do anything, but Artis comes to save the day! A triple! The trade there for Angel! FPX! Dramatic timing, perhaps, as they come in at the last minute to close this map out. Twiston has to 1v3, and he won't even get the first. Man himself, Angel, to close it. 2-1. Look.
Be ice paper hands and